Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I decided to do a sketchbook tour of my year 13 A Level Art Sketchbook. And this is a pencil sketch that I did. It was supposed to be based on an artist. I forgot who. I think it was my final piece as well. And this is an unfinished lino cut. And this is a finished one, but I never got around to printing it. These were some experiments we did. So my art teacher told us to just fill the page with different studies, and it's like observational drawing, but we just used different mediums and experimented. And this one was pencil sketches and a few ink sketches here and there. And this was a mood board that I made. I scanned it from my other sketchbook, and these two were origami that I made. Because they had different themes to pick, so I chose transformation. And I thought of all these different things. And I experimented by putting different materials and different types of paper, and I painted onto it and drew onto it as well. And this was what's it called? I don't know. I looked up the artist Dan Hillier, and I wrote a bit about his art here, and I did my own piece in the style of him, inspired by him. And this was by street artist called Airborne Mark. I studied his work and I did this piece based on his work, yeah. But I never got around to analysing and writing about his work. And I made a piece based on Olivia Knapp's work, and I never got to writing it. Yeah, I don't like writing. These are some more unfinished pages. I did a sketch of this tower near my school. And I did a little ghost in it. More finished pages. Even more unfinished pages. And I looked at Tom Phillips's work, and I made this piece based on it. And yeah, analyse his work. I didn't really put much effort to analysing, to be honest. I took some photographs and edited them like this one. This one kind of looks like a kaleidoscope. I did a lot of them. I was supposed to do some observational drawings from them, but I never got around to it. And I made this really big origami piece. I projected different things onto it. So I found this really old projector in my school's cupboard. It was like the ones where you use the little square pieces. So I plugged it in and I put it over the pictures. It's really cool. And these are the pieces based on the origami sculpture that I made. I used ink and pencil on that one, and just ink and one of those white gel pens on that one. And I was supposed to write about editing the pictures, but I never got around to it. And these were more drawings of the origami picture. And what was really awkward, coincidence was, right after I did the whole origami sculpture, I had this project where we had to do an origami paper sculpture. It just felt like deja vu. So I think I did those based on it. Yeah, that was the sculpture. I got the old-fashioned projector with the slides. And I wanted to project different pictures onto it. So I even made my own slides. project as well. That was fun. And that was the size of the slide. I don't know what this was. I think I just combined different pictures and used ink. And those were some more sketches where I used watercolour and ink. And I combined my paper sculpture with different pictures I took. And this was some edits of the paper sculpture. And these were some edits of some photographs I took as well. So I like the whole kaleidoscope effect. This was supposed to say paper project, but I wrote papa by accident. And I just gave up. And I did that. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. I don't like it at all. I like this one. I really like working with inks. And some of the briefs were to just draw things in your house. So I drew the top of my cupboard. I drew my kitchen. I also drew my living room. This was pencil and ink. Just pencil. Or colour pencil. And that's regular pencil, like HB. Maybe it was 5H, because I didn't like HB pencils at the time. I used blue ink for this piece. It was fun. And you have another module, and it was called my extended art project. It was like a personal study. So you got to pick whatever topic we wanted. So I thought, memes. Let's talk about memes and whether they're art or not. So I did some edits of one of Michelangelo's paintings here. So it's like, I think it's Adam. And he's, instead of him pointing to God, he's trying to press a button on the laptop. And that was the original La Pieta by Michelangelo. And this is the original, the one I edited. And it has Kim Kardashian screaming on it. So I did a lot of edits of famous art pieces. I did Starry Night. And I put the Teletubbies baby instead of the star or the moon. On this one, instead of Mona Lisa, I did Beyonce. And I looked at a lot of vaporwave. Well, to be honest, this project ended up being vaporwave. And I looked at, like, I don't even know what that was about. Oh, it's horse glue. So I liked the whole origami thing, so I just folded paper, stuck it on, and then drew over it. Because I liked how it looked. And I really liked working with inks. So what I did was like wet the paper and just covered it with inks. And I like how the ink bled onto it. And I drew on that as well. And I looked at the artist Clark Gillespie. And I made this piece based on it. I went to the V&A Museum in London. I took some pictures of Greek statues. And then I drew some drawings based on them. And I just combined them. I made a picture of this. If I find it, I'll put it up here. And you also did this. I think this was based on the edit I made. And if I can find it, I'll put it up there as well. So I did some research on vaporwave. And I made some vaporwave edits here and here. This was kind of like vaporwave, but not really. And that is that tiny picture there. And this was like the story of Vatmus and Pomna from Greek mythology. And so this guy he disguised himself and he's revealing himself to her. So I changed it to be like him being Hannah Montana, and he takes the mask off and she's like, oh, you're Hannah Montana? And these were the edits from the other pages. I edited this one a lot because I was really unhappy with it. And this was from, I forgot who it was by, but it was a painting of Saturn eating his kids. So I just changed it to him eating spaghetti. And this was like a Google Maps image. That was supposed to be me and my friend running for the bus. It's not on there anymore. I don't know why I did that painting. I did like a vaporwave thing, like a burger and chips. I used oil pastel for it. And that was Starry Night. I like how it looks. So I did more drawings and collage. And these were some final pieces for the project. And I think that was also supposed to be a final piece. I did a oil painting with it. And I just started sketching without using pencil and it just came out really horrible. And I hated it at the time. I still hate it now. And this was based on Arnold Doludilhi. So I did that when I was looking at his work. And this was like a response to John Rathman. And that's my sketchbook there. I'll put up some examples of his work here, because I never got around to posting it. This was a response to Hannah Hock, and I analysed her work. I did a whole 2 pages on it. And I put some sources up as well. So I made this in 2016. With the whole Brexit, Donald Trump become president. And yeah. So I went to the Tate Modern. I looked at Marcel Duchamp. And this video is really weird. If I can find a link to it, I will. It was funny. And I just combined loads of different pictures and drew stuff based on it. It should really make my current sketchbook more colourful. I don't even know what this was. It's been so long. Oops. And this was, so I got this box and I cut it up. I put a telephone in it, some chess pieces and flowers. I took a picture of it and I painted this. So I tried to make it look vaporwave. It didn't really come out well. Okay, that's weird. So I did this ink drawing and I think it really holds up well. I like this piece. And these are some like A4 versions of my vaporwave edits. And this was like a parody of IKEA. I printed out A3 and it didn't come out well. That was the edit I did as well. The Teletubbies edit. Printed out a lot of these. And this one was of the painting of Narcissus. So I put Kanye's head. I edited it to make it look like Kanye. Because you know how Kanye was like, went through the phase when he was like, I'm God. And everyone's like, no, you're not Kanye, you're not. And this was the painting Son of Man by Rene Magritte. And there was originally an apple, like a green apple. So I changed it to be an iPhone instead. And I printed a lot of copies. And that was the Saturn eating his kids edit. Wow, I really printed a lot of art. This one was, I think it was Napoleon riding to battle. I don't know what the original piece was. I just swapped Napoleon's head with a horse for the pants. And then I combined Girl with a Pearl Earring, and the other painting was by Picasso. It was about a war in Spain. And that was the Beyonce Mona Lisa one. Wow, I really printed a lot of paper. This is the Hannah Montana thing. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna take it out of my sketchbook. And I did some lino prints. I don't know where this is. It might be in my portfolio. But I really like how this came out. It's really old school. And this was another vaporwave edit I did. Yeah, that's my whole sketchbook. Thanks for watching.